Hi everyone. In this video I shall be discussing about parallel plate capacitor. So a parallel plate capacitor consists of two conducting parallel plates. So these are two conducting plates, suppose. Now we shall consider two cases. First of all, we shall consider the case where the capacitor has no dielectric slab in between. Without dielectric slab. So there is no dielectric slab in between. So there is air or vacuum inside the plates. We will consider this case at the beginning. So here one plate has a charge plus Q, another one has a charge minus Q, and this plus positively charged plate has a surface charge density plus sigma, and this one has a negative charge density minus sigma, and the area of the plates is A. Okay, so here, and let us take the distance between them as D. So here, as you can see, positive and negatively charged plates. So here electric field will be developed. So electric field will have a value here in between the plates, but it won't have any value outside the plates. Why? Because we have learned this, that whenever we take oppositely charged plates of similar charge densities but of opposite signs, then electric field does not exist in between them. It exists only electric field exists only inside the plates and not outside. Because if you consider a point P here, suppose, so electric field due to this plate will be in this direction and due to this plate will be in this direction. So obviously the electric field will get cancelled. Here also, due to this plate, electric field will be along this direction, and due to positive charge it will be along this direction. It will also get cancelled. But here, if you consider any point, here the electric field due to this one will be along this direction, and due to this plate will be along this direction. So here electric field gets added up and you get a net field. Thus we can see electric field exists only inside the plates. So here it is found to be sigma by epsilon naught, and the direction is from positive to negative. So let us write here electric field in between the plates is sigma by epsilon naught. Or if you want to break it down, so we can say due to one plate it will be 2 sigma by epsilon naught, that is electric field outside the charged surface. We know this is the formula, we have read it in the first chapter. And for the second plate we will have this. So at the end we will get sigma by epsilon naught. Now electric field outside the plates will be equal to 0, as we have already discussed, and therefore electric field outside and inside will be 0. Now if V is the potential difference, between the plates, then we can also write electric field E as V into L, that is distance here. So this is the formula which comes from E equals to dV by dr, E equals to minus dV by dr, we know, where V can be written as the product of, so E can be written as, E can be written as V by V, yes. So V can be written as the product of electric field and the distance, as E equals to minus dV by dr. So here we get V by D, therefore E is equals to, then we can write V equals to E into D. We get this from the formula E equals to minus dV by dr. That is, dr is the length and V is the voltage or potential difference. So now we have V and we want to find out the capacitance. So what is the formula of capacitance? Capacitance formula is Q by V. Now Q can be written as, since this is surface charge and sigma can be written as Q by A. A is the area of the plates. So Q equals to sigma into A. So here we can write sigma into A. And V can be written as, now electric field has an area, electric field has the value sigma by epsilon naught. So D is here, so we write D in this manner. So sigma by epsilon naught into D. So sigma and sigma will get cancelled. What will be left behind? Epsilon naught A by D. So this is the value of capacitance in a parallel plate capacitor. Okay. Now let us see what will happen when we put a dielectric slab in between the capacitor plates. Now we will be discussing about a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric slab. So here you can see a dielectric slab is drawn of thickness T and it is kept in between these two parallel plates, and this one has plus sigma density, another has minus sigma charge density, and the external field, that is outside the dielectric, the field is E naught, and inside the dielectric the electric field is E, or the net electric field, that is E. So now let us write, so electric field in the space between the plates is sigma by epsilon naught. That is if you consider if the dielectric is not there, then the electric field will be written as this. Let it be represented by E naught. Okay. So now the electric field in the dielectric. So electric field in the dielectric, let it be represented as E equals to E naught by K. That is, we have learned this previously in the previous video, where we have seen dielectric constant K reduces. How? It becomes the external field by the net electric field. Okay. Here E is denoted by E naught. Here E naught is the external field. Okay, that is outside the dielectric. And E net is represented by E here. So now the potential difference between the plates, we know potential equals to electric field into distance. So now you see, first of all you see, so we have a space where there is electric field E naught, and that so the electric field where it is denoted, so the space where the electric field is E naught is this D minus T, that is D is the total length, T is the thickness. So how much space is outside the dielectric? That is D minus T amount of space. So that you have to multiply with the space, the electric field that is in the space outside the dielectric, that is E naught. Now, but you have this much of space also. So you have to take the electric field there. So there the electric field is E and the space is T. So we have our potential. Now we can do one thing. It can be written as sigma by epsilon naught d minus t, and it is E is E naught by k. So E naught can be written as, E naught means sigma by epsilon naught, so 1k comes here. E equals to E naught by k, and E naught is sigma by epsilon naught. So if we put it, we get this value. Now again, sigma E is equals to Q by A. So Q equals to sigma A. So we can write it in that manner. So if you want to find out the potential difference, capacitance, so we can use the formula. Let us erase this portion. So this is our potential difference. Let us take this common. So we are left with plus T by K. Okay. Now capacitance of the capacitor, Q by V. Now Q we can write it as sigma A, and V we can write it as sigma by epsilon naught d minus t plus t by k. From here we can take the value and put it here. Now let us erase it. So what we will get? So this is the value of C, capacitance. So this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with a dielectric slab of thickness T kept in between the plates. Okay, so this is the main formula. Now there are some special cases also. Let us see how this can be written. So we got C as epsilon naught A d minus t plus t by k. This is our formula. Very, very important proof. Very important for your boards. So now special cases. So number one, if the dielectric fills the entire space, if dielectric fills the entire space. So if you see, if this dielectric, if this substance fills up the total space in between the plates, then what will happen? Then we can write T equals to D. That means thickness will become equal to the space between the dielectrics, between the plates. So here this equation can be written as epsilon naught A. So T minus T plus, so T by K. Or we can write this as D minus D plus D by K. So then what we will get? Epsilon naught A K. So this is similar to the case where there was no dielectric between the parallel plate capacitor. Then we got epsilon naught A by D. But here you see, when we put the dielectric and the dielectric fills up the total capacitor plates, then we get K times of that value. That is, your capacitance increases when you fill the space with dielectric. How much it increases? K times. So again, very important. Question may come, 1 mark question also may come from only this part. So now the second case, if there is vacuum in the whole space, if there is vacuum in the whole space, then what we can write? Now for vacuum, K's value is 1, we know. So we can write epsilon naught A d minus t plus t by 1, since k equals to 1 for vacuum. So what we will get? Epsilon naught A by d. That is, here we get the case similar to the case without a dielectric slab in between the parallel plate capacitor. Next, number C case. If there is a conductor in between the plates, so for conductors infinity, because for conductor k is infinity. So what will happen? Something by infinity will become 0. So we will get a value, let me write it here, C equals to epsilon naught A d minus t. Again, very important that in place of a metal or a conductor, your capacitance has this value, epsilon naught A d by t. And the final case, if slabs of dielectric constants K1, K2, K3, dot 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 of thickness T1, T2 and many more are placed, then C can be written as, that is, one after the other, many slabs. Suppose many slabs like this, many slabs are kept one after the other, and dielectric constant K1, K2, K3, K4. Then you can write this as T minus T1, T2, dot dot dot, plus here again T will become T1 plus T2 plus dot 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 till the value you have. And okay, so here since there is K, you have to write it as K1, K2 and so on. Okay. Now if you sum total all the thickness, then what you will get? You will get D only. So D minus D, because if you add all the thicknesses, there are many slabs suppose, and it takes away the total space between the plates. It takes away total space in between the plates. Then what will happen? Then if you add all the thicknesses, it will give you the total space between the plates. So what you will get? D minus, it will be D only. And what will be left behind? Plus dot 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 till the value you have. So again, another important special case. So very important for your numericals also. And this proof is very, very important for your boards. So I hope you all have understood. So that's all for today. and do study well and utilize the best of your time. Thank you.